Where the is the Epstein list? Epstein client list release could be imminent after Blackburn pushes transparency. Let them get jailed.
I will not support this administration if they do continue to keep secrets from the American public after all the things that we've been lied to and had forced down our throats, and the injustices and the crimes against humanity that have happened over the last 4 or 5 years. People deserve to know the truth. If all of the people that are influential in our media and Hollywood are being leveraged to promote certain propaganda or do certain things or put certain messages out to us, we deserve to know those things. Mm-hmm. And we already know that USAID's been doing this. Right. Soros has been doing this.
Yeah, and like my thing is like, okay, if they are being leveraged, cool. By who?
What is up, guys? It's Andy Frisella, and this is the show for the realists. Say goodbye to the lies, the fakeness, and delusions of modern society, and welcome to reality, guys. Today, we have Andy and DJ
Cruise the internet.
That's what we're going to do. That is what CTI stands for. It stands for Cruise the Internet. We're going to put topics on the screen. We're going to speculate on what is true and what is not true, and then we're going to talk about how we, the people, are going to solve some of these problems going on in the world. I'm just going to get right into it, bro. I'm just going to get right into it. We got one of the homies here, Devin Johnson, SalesAi, the arch enemy. This is a good buddy of mine. If you guys don't know, he owns an AI company, SalesAi, number 438 on Inc.'s 5,000 list. Yeah. So you guys are killing it. You're a young man. How old are you?
28.
28 years old.
Yes.
Paving the way with AI, bro. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Running a real company.
Yeah, exactly.
Not rug pulls on meme coins.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no shit. Not coaching courses on how to suck balls.
Yeah, right. It's discounted right now too. If you guys,
everybody's stealing your course.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You innovated that field.
Yeah, listen,
ball sucking.
Pay me.
Yeah, but anyway, we got some things we're going to talk about today. About we talk consistently about AI and the impact that it's going to have, and we're going to get to that for sure. We're going to keep it real with CTI and. Before we get into that, man, like just so people kind of know what you do and how you got here and everything, give them, a 90-second rundown of who you are and what you do. And
so from Indianapolis, Indiana, grew up in a suburb called New Palestine, Indiana, 30 minutes east of downtown. Grew up, my mom worked 3 jobs, keep me in a good school. Dad was incarcerated for 12 years. Got out, found out quickly he was a street pharmacist. That's how he broke it down to me. So
street pharmacist.
Yeah.
That's new lingo right there.
So
that's what white people call it.
Yeah, that's right. I like that. Yeah. I never knew my dad. I didn't know what to call him.
They call him gone.
Yeah, he was just gone. He was a street illusionist. Like David Blaine almost.
Yeah.
Street pharmacist.
Yeah, so mom and dad never married. Got to see 2 different sides of the aisle. Hardworking mom to barely put food on the table, and my dad that had money come so fast he didn't know what to do with it. Ultimately, it was his demise. Overdosed and got caught up in the crazy. So, growing up, I knew I wanted the money, the lifestyle. Didn't know how, so I got into entrepreneurship. I started by flipping sneakers. So I resold Nikes, Jordans, Yeezys. I got my start on a scooter, and I would do Craigslist deals back in the day. So Craigslist was like Facebook Marketplace for before.
Is Craigslist still around?
It is, but it's scary.
Is it just like Close Encounters? Like, hey, I saw you at the grocery store,
bro.
It's scary what it is now. I've went on there just curious what it is nowadays. But just hustled my way up to getting my first car, and then I was doing sneaker trade shows, and then after high school, graduated and got into digital marketing because sneakers. It was my first adversity. So everything used to release in stores that was exclusive, but then it went to apps only. So Nike would release their shoes on their app, et cetera, et cetera. Every brand.
Like on GOAT and stuff like that?
Yeah. GOAT is actually a reseller platform. Yeah. So those are authorized resellers or guys like me or you that have exclusive shoes that want to sell, but they verify them to make sure you're buying real shoes. But yeah, once that happened, it was very hard to get inventory. And everyone knows in business, no inventory, no sales, right? So that was my first real adversity. I got into digital marketing, had 3 failed businesses. And then my first success was a company called Connected. It was a LinkedIn recruiting automation platform for corporations, ranging from small to enterprise. We grew that business to a couple hundred employees, had a sale event in October of 2023. And we took some of the framework that we originally were building into Connected and wrapped it into what we call SalesAi now. We were in the early days of AI with the previous product, so it wasn't new to us, but we knew, basic business philosophy, right? For me is when there's a gold mine, manufacture shovels. So I like to build tech platforms that people can easily use the best of the best. And so we put everything we had into creating the easiest platform to actually make money with artificial intelligence. So SalesAi is AI agents to take inbound phone calls, work leads, and set qualified appointments for your sales team, but also handle inbound customer support, ticket filings, orders, refunds, et cetera, et cetera.
Cool.
So
that's awesome, bro. And, you guys, Devin's been here before. We're friends.
Yeah.
You're a family guy, man
married.
of faith.
Yeah, man of faith, married, 2 kids, between work, kids, and miscellaneous hobbies in church. That's all I do. Very boring guy. It's very routine. So,
well, most successful people are.
Yeah.
How old were you when you started the sneaker game?
15.
15 years old, man.
Yeah, I was 15. So there was a life event that kickstarted it, but I was trying to respect the 90 seconds. So
you're good.
We got plenty of time.
So the life event that happened to kickstart selling sneakers, it wasn't like I woke up and was like, I'm motivated to go make money. So my sister was diagnosed with medulloblastoma brain cancer. And when that happened, my dad was an individual that ran from problems versus facing them. So there's another key lesson I learned young. And left my mom high and dry for over a year. My mom had to move into the hospital to take care of my sister. So my sister was in Riley Children's Hospital for over a year. My mom lived at the Riley home, which is like apartments inside the hospital for kids that have to have long-term care. And she would come home, make sure I didn't miss events or whatever. But I basically lived between grandparents and on my own for a year and a half. And I was like, I got to figure out how to help my mom in this situation financially. So my dad would always buy me shoes. So any birthday, suck up gift, I missed the game, which was every game. So I had long story short, I had a lot of shoes that I knew had some value. So I sold my Jordans. They were all retros. Anyone listening probably knows like the Bread 11. I had a pair of those, all the cool grays, the Concord. So I had fresh shoes in school, I sold all those. I had about $2,000 to work with. And then my first resale pair was LeBron All-Star Pack. I got my hands on that back in the day. It was one of the first shoes someone got killed over in public. So fun fact.
Damn.
Yeah. So that's how it kickstarted it. Then I got addicted to it.
Man.
I got addicted to making money, hustling. It was really cool being 15 and your friends are like, oh, my mom wouldn't give me $20 to go to the mall. And I pull out, $5,000. Like I was addicted to that.
Yeah.
I did build a very bad ego in high school. And I quickly got that knocked down going into real business at post high school. But yeah, I got addicted to making money and being able to stand on my own.
That's awesome, dude.
Young gun, man.
Yeah, I love it, dude. I love it. Now, we're going to talk more about AI, what it's going to do to the world, how we're going to coexist with it as we get into the show. But the show, you listen to the show, we're going to go through current events, we're going to talk some shit.
I'm on demon time today.
Yeah, I know. You're upset.
Yeah.
DJ's mad.
I'm pissed.
He's hungry.
might need a Snickers.
How's training going, DJ?
Good. Training's good.
You're looking better.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Feeling better, sleeping better.
You been tracking your progress?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or just kind of going, doing it.
Well, anybody and I've learned this from you, right? But when you're getting into it, right? Because I've done this multiple times, it's like that scale can be a motherfucker, you know, and like not much you will see move on it for the first fucking 3 weeks, 4 weeks, really, you know. I've just been, you know, head down grinding, bro.
Good.
You know,
it's working.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. And yeah,
Devin, you've recomped your physique as well, right?
Yeah, so I've done 75 hard twice.
Yeah.
Shout out Andy. And for the listeners, I'll tell you, 75 hard is truly a mental program. It fitness benefits, but honestly, that program built a lot of disciplines that carried into business for me. Just a side plug for the 75 hard program. But yes, I completed it twice. My heaviest was 312. I just did your in body over in the gym. I'm 214.14 today.
Yeah. Fuck, that's all 98 pounds, bro.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And
you look great.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And then my body fat percentage highest that I can remember was like 38% and 17% today.
Yeah, that's badass, dude.
That's fucking sick, man.
You look even better than the last time I saw you. Like
I appreciate it.
Yeah, and it's considerably better.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
Yeah, bro. All right, man. Well, let's let's get arrested.
Let's get into it, man. Yeah. I did want to bring this up. I mean, because I don't really know what to feel about it, what it is. You seen Gene Hackman?
Yeah, I did see that.
What the fuck was that? So Oscar winner Gene Hackman, wife Betsy Arakawa, and their dog were dead for some time. Weren't shows. Yeah, they just like found them like dead in the house, man. And you know, they originally like it came out that it was like there was no like you know, wrongdoing or anything, you know, nefarious was suspected, but it's just weird circumstances. Like now they're saying like the position and how they found them, and like it's weird. But like, you know, dude's been in damn near every movie.
Oh yeah, tremendous actor, tremendous career.
Yeah,
one of my favorite actors.
Honestly. No shit.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's badass in everything he does.
I always liked him in all of the movies, man. I thought he was pretty sweet.
He was a good villain.
Yeah, he was.
Like a scary villain.
Yeah,
like
he was.
Composed and like just no bullshit. I always liked him as a villain.
Yeah.
Fucking Lex Luthor, bro.
Yeah.
Andy, I feel like you'd always be the villain if you got
I was in a movie.
Yeah. You'd always be
bro,
the villain.
I think I'd be a good one.
I'd be a good villain.
Yeah. Like fucking put me in some shit. You know, like I think I'd be a good like
spandex or no spandex though. Like what we doing?
I mean, it just depends, man. It depends on what the paycheck says. You know what I'm saying?
They add a zero, spandex.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, spandex. I'm down, man.
Yeah, I think I could do some evil villain movie work. I'm a pretty good actor.
I feel like you would be the villain though that people would like.
They'd still like him.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. Like I know why
Joker.
He's a villain. Like it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
You'd be like the Joker, right?
Yeah,
in Batman,
people could get it.
People love the Joker.
Bro, you know what? How it would be? You ever seen Falling Down?
No.
That's what I would be.
What's that?
I haven't seen it either.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, you guys are Falling Down. It's Michael Douglas. You really haven't seen it? It's fucking great.
He's 28, bro. I'm 29. I ain't seen it. He ain't seen it. It sounds like
I have a feeling that he's seen more movies than you.
You think so?
Have you seen Days of Thunder?
I have seen Days of Thunder.
Damn it.
That's all I got to know.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, man.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Gene Hackman. Yeah. Tremendous career.
Now, he was like 93.
Yeah, I mean, like, it really doesn't matter. But, like, well, he's fucking old, man. Like,
He was 95.
If someone's 95, if I'm 95 and someone kills me, don't be that mad about it. It's what it is. Like,
I lived a full life.
Yeah.
Yeah, 95. Yeah.
They probably did me a favor. Yeah. Dude,
I just think
what is weird about his wife and his dog, and they found a bunch of pain pills.
So
at first I saw it, and I was like, well, maybe she killed herself. He died. She killed herself, and they left the dog, and it said it was weeks before they found him.
Yeah.
But, I mean, bro, now they're saying it's suspicious, right?
It is suspicious, yeah. So, I mean, it's weird. I don't know, man. It's weird. I saw some pictures that they probably couldn't find him again, but like some, I guess, more recent pictures of him, man. He didn't look that good, you know.
He's fucking 95.
He's 95.
Yeah.
You know, so, yeah, R.I.P.
Yeah, great life, dude.
Yeah. Got to do some cool shit.
Yep.
Well, yeah, man, let's get into some of these headlines, guys. Let's knock these out. Remember, if you want to see any of these pictures, articles, links, videos, go to andyfrisella.com. You guys can find them all linked there. With that being said, let's get into our first segment. Headline number 1. Jake Tapper is entering the show today. CNN's Jake Tapper co-authors new book about cover-up of ex-president Biden's decline, despite previously waving off age concerns. Do you see this?
No.
Yeah. So Jake Tapper, CNN guy, he is now a co-author of a new book that is detailing the lengths to which the Biden administration and its allies engaged in a cover-up of Joe Biden's cognitive decline, even though he was like one of the main proponents of covering up Biden's decline. It's like asking like OJ to help you find the killer. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
well, OJ did write a book. He wrote a book called "If I Did It." Yeah. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? And like, dude, they got him on. Like, I mean, I have a little video here. This is like a little collage of Jake Tapper's position. Let's check this out.
How do you think it makes little kids with stutters feel when they see you make a comment like that?
It's very clearly a cognitive decline.
Okay.
That's what I'm referring to. It makes me uncomfortable.
You are no I can't. That's so amazing. It's so amazing to me that
try and figure out an answer.
A cognitive decline. President Biden embraces his stutter, talking about it, while Trump mocks it, exaggerates it, belittles it. He's sharp physically. I mean, mentally. Yeah. I think the question is physically, right?
Right.
More so?
Right.
Right. And the guy who's his chief opponent is only 3 or 4 years younger than him.
Exactly.
I mean, you have questioned President Biden's age, mental fitness, ability to lead. Of those supporting Biden, you said, quote, "Shame on all of you pretending everything is okay. You're leading us and him into a disaster." Do you worry that you damaged him at all? I don't doubt that you got hugs and handshakes behind closed doors today, and maybe even publicly, some of them because they like you personally. But I've heard a lot of really nasty stuff about you from your Democratic colleagues. Sure. I mean, just like, what is he thinking? Exercise in narcissism. I mean, false claims to the Wall Street Journal about President Biden's mental fitness and acuity. He's 81, and his memory, it doesn't seem great. It's not horrible, but I don't understand the outrage. Quote, "Behind closed doors, Biden shows signs of slipping," unquote. The Wall Street Journal is owned by News Corp, which is run by the Murdochs. Beyond the headline, there is some critical nuance here. The article is mostly based on observations of Republicans, with former Speaker Kevin McCarthy the only one going on the record. They do note in the article that most of the criticism comes from Republicans. Have you heard any concerns from anyone who has met with President Biden about?
Yeah, so he does that, and then now he has a book out. Original Sin, President Biden's Decline, Its Cover-Up, and His Disastrous Choice to Run Again.
Well, I mean, what better guy to write a book about it than the guy who actually covered it up? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think?
I mean, it's stupid. But, I mean, not even just that. Like, here's a conversation nobody's having. Like, all of the stuff, like, what else was covered up from the Bidens? Like, it just came out just today, I believe, or yesterday, actually, that there's a Texas nonprofit with one of Biden transition team members who's on it and who runs it. They reaped in millions of dollars, like hundreds of millions of dollars. In 2020, they recorded $8.3 million in investments, and in 2023, that number was up to $520 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know where that money came from?
Us.
No, but you know where it was hidden? It was hidden in all that money they sent to Ukraine. Guaranteed, dude.
Well, like, and what's even crazier is that, like, it's
remember when I said that over and over and over, that they were trying to milk the money out before they knew they were getting out, so they're trying to take as much out.
The big dump, right before it was over.
And then USAID comes out and says, yeah, we're funding half the world media, and we're funding all these NGOs and all these charities. Mm-hmm. We give Soros $260 million for his, Open Society Foundation.
And he turns and uses that for prosecutors and fucking
It's crazy. We've had our own tax dollars weaponized against us. It's fucking insane,
bro. Well, like the other piece of it too. Let me see, where is it at? The other piece of since March of 2024, HHS has paid $18 million per month to this facility in Pecos, Texas, and there's nobody there.
Yeah,
like nobody's there.
Answers, please.
Yeah, they'll never get them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, everybody's guilty, bro.
Yeah,
so it's not just Democrats. There's Republicans too.
It's
that's the conversation nobody's ready for.
Yeah. Dude. That's what I'm saying. And these guys, this is the system, dude. They come in, they all know the secret handshakes and the backdoor deals and how it works. And this is why we have so many people that go into government and never come out, and why the government currently attracts the kind of people that it does. You know, we don't have a bunch of patriots up there, guys. Like, we don't have the best and brightest. We don't have the people who are building culture and society serving in our government for the most part. We might have a couple people, but I mean, what, 2% of them?
Yeah.
I mean,
very, very little.
yeah. So, I mean, like, crookery attracts crooks. You know what I'm saying? And crime attracts criminals, and these people are fucking snakes, and we all know it, but nothing's being done about it. And I'm losing faith that anything's going to be done about it.
Yeah. Like, where would you start though? There's so much that's been done to this point. It's like everyone at some point is probably dipped their hand in the cookie jar.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be like the whole government would have to go under siege.
Yeah, but I mean, that might be what it takes.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy, but this is what fuels revolution, dude. When you have a small amount of people that oppress a large amount of people, eventually the large amount of people figure out that they're the large amount of people, and revolutions happen. And these people, I believe, are playing with fire. I believe that a revolution in this country is on the horizon if the current administration doesn't drastically clean things up, which, I'm hopeful for. I said I would give 90 days to see what happens. There's things happening that are decent, but I want to see some arrests, dude. I want to see some people held accountable. I want to be able to trust that we're going to prosecute criminals, not just, the citizen criminals, but the government criminals too.
Yeah.
And, there's an unfair double standard going on in this country, and it's not between, different races. It's between social classes. Mm-hmm. And, I know you guys, you might say, well, you're in that class. No, I'm not in that class. I'm not in the political ruling class. I'm an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur.
Right.
Trust me, if we were in the political ruling class, shit would be a lot easier to be in business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But these people can't create, so they steal our shit.
Yeah.
And that's what we're dealing with, man. And it's not Democrats only. I think it's heavily Democrat, but I think there's a lot of Republicans that understand what's going on that aren't willing to do anything about it. Mm-hmm. Because, dude, it's like, it's like we say on the show, man, attorneys all run together, dude. Like, when you get in a lawsuit, most people have never been in a lawsuit, so they don't know what it's actually like.
Like how it works.
Yeah, like people are, I'm going to sue that person for this and this and this. And it's like, dude, here's what's going to happen. These stories that you read about where someone gets $50 million, that's like the 0.00001% of lawsuits. In most lawsuits, what happens is you hire an attorney, that attorney files a case, the other person's attorney knows your attorney, they get on the phone and they say, and they do a strategy talk. They say, hey, DJ, I got a guy, I got Devin over here. He wants to sue your client.
Oh, he wants to die?
He's pretty fucking pissed.
Yeah.
I think he's got a pretty good case, but I think we should make him walk through all the process, and you guys should wait to settle because, dude, we'll both get paid. Those conversations happen.
Oh, yeah.
And people don't believe that. Why do you think these motherfuckers play golf together? Why do you think they go to dinner together? Why are they having cocktail parties
system
together? Exactly. And we ain't in it.
Mm-hmm.
And, bro, the biggest group of unethical attorneys lives in Washington, D.C. So if you guys think that these people don't know what's actually been going on both sides, they fucking know.
They're neighbors.
Now, there's some people that have come in the last few years that maybe have come in because they actually care. I know a couple. I can speak to a couple personally, but I mean, it's the exception of the rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. This shit's it's wild. I just thought that was interesting, man. So Jake Tapper's doing.
So if that's the
OJ.
case and these guys are all together, like how do you ever get rid of it? How do you get it out?
That was my point.
Yeah.
Is like they publicly take one position. Behind closed doors, it's mutual.
Bro, I've heard that from people who were up there or people who have been up there, like in office that aren't anymore. Straight to my face, tell me. They're like, bro, it's all acting.
I mean, have you seen House of Cards?
No, I don't watch it.
It's actually, yeah.
Is that how it is?
Bro?
Oh, go watch it.
Well,
Netflix.
dude, one of my buddies who was a pretty high up elected official, he's no longer in elected government. I mean, he's like, dude, we'll sit in a room and we'll walk out and they'll say, F you, and I'll say, well, F them. And we planned on doing that.
Yeah.
It's like wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
WWE.
Yeah.
Build it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
bro.
the deal was made in the back door where they both get something.
Yeah.
And that's not okay, man.
Well,
that's not what
the
this country's about.
Yeah, that's the problem. When everybody's in on the take, I can't call them out because then that's going to expose me
That's
fucking
right.
on the take.
Bro, and that's the other part of it. They get everybody's hands dirty so that there's evidence against everybody, and the person who blows the whistle gets hit the hardest, and everybody else denies it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Guys, I mean, OJ Tapper.
You know how they get them too, right?
Through the blackmail shit?
Oh yeah, but you know how they get them though, right?
What do you mean?
They send hot girls to get them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's how they get all these dudes. They send them like these super hot, like females.
Fang.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, they're spies,
Yeah.
and they send them, and these spies have sex with these dudes, and then they got them, and that's how they get them.
Yeah, man. Yeah, guys, jumping on this conversation. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments. With that being said, let's go check some of the chat out. Got Cruz's comments. Yeah. This first one
My favorite part.
is Cruz's comments.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you're gonna love this first one. This first comment is from Angel OC63S48. Sure.
Sounds like a real name.
Yep. Good morning, you handsome motherfuckers. Love you guys for making my life better.
Oh, it's definitely a real person then. Yeah.
Syed. Did you write?
Was it you? I mean, I could see if they just called me handsome. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It had to
it
have
was
been.
Joe. That's who it was.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks.
Angelo.
Oh.
Yeah, see, that's Angelo. You should know
Angelock.
that.
Angelock.
Angelo. What kind of name is that?
Italian.
That is Italian.
It's Italian.
What other kind of name is that?
Not Italian.
That's right. There's only two kinds of people named Angelo. One of them's Italian.
And one of them is on child support. That's right. Hey, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. We got another comment. This is from at Fight or Flight Fitness. Fight or Flight Fitness.
Fight or flight.
Blue hair got done list. Cried about Andy. Cried about DJ. Made it to the podcast. Kamala sensed a lot of real shit. Cried about Andy and DJ Simone.
Well, that's the everyday menu around here.
That's it. That's blue hair for sure. Blue hair for sure. We got one more comment. This is from at Steven De La Fuentes, 6321. A little spice on this one. He says, please bring back the tier list segment. The last one was absolute comedy. All right. So what's our next debate?
You mean the rating French fries?
Yeah, rating French fries. So what we got to do?
Bro, I love how, like, dude, we sit in here. Look, bro. We sit in here. Devin, you know this shit. We sit in here. We give all this entrepreneur advice, right? 25 years of experience. I give it for free. I help open everybody's eyes to all this shit. I don't get anything but shit for it. You know, all the influencers, they get invited to Trump's castle and I don't even get an invite because once in a while I say some real shit that, you know, that I don't like. And the thing that everybody likes the most of everything that we do is our French fry ranking.
Yeah, it's dumb shit ever.
Listen, the best French fries is very simple. It's Rally's.
Oh, Rally's is Rally's still around?
Yeah.
I
just ate it in Florida.
Really?
So, yeah.
Checkers and
Cheat
Rallies.
meal.
Somebody commented that too. They were like, you guys didn't put Checkers and Rallies.
No, they were pissed about the Five Guys.
A lot of people were pissed about Five Guys
Yeah.
too. Yeah. No, I mean Rallies is good. You know,
Very
Rallies is
good.
good. I just, you know, I like my safety more because like the only Rallies here, bro, they're in the shit. Like you
No. The one I went to, very questionable.
Okay, all right, yeah,
But
like,
worth it.
It's a safety concern.
I pulled up in a car that definitely didn't belong there and was a lot of eyes. Okay?
Bro, did I ever tell you the time I got lost in North St. Louis in my Wraith?
At the Walgreens.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, dude, I was with my tattoo artist. So my tattoo artist is a guy named Eric Marcinizin. He's the best in the world. He does black and gray only. It's hard to get into him. So he comes to town and we're tattooing up at the Four Seasons. And that's how he likes to do it. He likes to get like a hotel room and like we chill for like 2 days, order room service, smoke a little bit, have fun. So he ran out of latex gloves. So we had to go get latex gloves. And for those of you that don't know where the Four Seasons in St. Louis, it is right on the border of the area that you do not.
Yeah, it's bad.
Okay, like you do not.
Great
go
hotel,
there.
beautiful hotel.
So I'm driving, and I don't know where the Walgreens is around there, and he's not from here, and he's like, and so I let him all right, we go here.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's the closest Walgreens? It'll take 5 minutes. That was a mistake. We should have went to the furthest Walgreens. So we end up like in this, like, you know how in the north right there,
I know exactly where you were.
It's all Section 8, right? Like, and it's like Section 8 like you see in the movies.
Now, I'll tell you this. The Walgreens is on a street named Dr. Martin Luther King, which for those that don't know,
you don't go there.
Any street in America named Dr. Martin Luther King, don't go there.
Yeah, Indy's is also rough.
So bro, this is when the Wraith like first came out. And I had a two-tone, because that two-tone Wraiths were the shit when they first came out. I had the silver top and the black sides. It was pimping. So we're cruising up through and I'm looking around and I'm like, this ain't good. And I'm thinking it in my head. I'm like, this ain't fucking good. I didn't say anything to him. And he looks at me, he goes, you know where we are? I'm like, no. So we find this Walgreens and we pull up, bro. And like within 30 seconds, my car is surrounded by 25-year-old dudes that look like they're from the movie Friday.
Yep.
Like, I haven't seen, there's no white people.
No.
Everybody's black. They're wearing, like white beaters and long ass shorts and shit. And like,
Jabos.
I'm like,
Some Pelly Pell.
yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what it looked scary. All right. So
There was a lot of domestic terrorist feels.
So I always roll with my piece in my cup holder, so it was in there. And dude comes up, knocks on the window, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I'm legit probably going to get shot and have to shoot some people. Like, he's in Walgreens. Eric's in Walgreens. I roll the window down, and he's like, hey, man. He's like, is this the new Wraith? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, can I check it out? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I just want to take some pictures. And I'm like, all right, cool. And they took some pictures. They dabbed me up, and they fucking went on. It was like, and it was cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but I was definitely scared.
Yeah.
Shows you.
Never judge a book by its cover.
It shows you, dude. They pound that racist shit in your head like you should be scared of everybody. But I was scared. I was, but they were cool and they were nice. They just want to see the car.
2 days ago, I was down in Miami and I was in a 488, and there was these kids at a stoplight selling candy. And I rolled my window down. I gave them I was like, come here, I'll support the hustle, young entrepreneurship.
I love that.
And I gave him $100 bill.
Yeah.
Dude, they got so excited.
Yeah.
They threw the candy and ran off.
Yeah.
I was like, where's my candy, bro?
Well, here's
no
what you
candy.
do.
They took off. Like it was like I gave them $10 million.
Oh, yeah, bro.
They were so
Bro, you remember
excited.
that time we did that? Madot? Remember we did that? We had a girl driving or selling lemonade, and we fucking went and bought some lemonade. It was good lemonade too. Yeah, we were driving a LaFerrari.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
We those lemonade stands, bro. I had one in my neighborhood, like when we first moved in. I tried to do the same thing, but it tasted like shit.
You had your own lemonade stand?
No, like some little kids was doing a lemonade stand. I'm like, oh,
you probably set one up across from them. DJ set up his Kool-Aid stand across the street.
Oh,
we'll see who owns this block.
Yeah, right. Right. What we call it? Street scientists? Street pharmacists?
Yeah.
Street setting up, baby. It is what it is, man.
DJ's over there
Kool-Aid with a kick.
serving that fucking lean, that scissor.
Guys, we appreciate you, man, for being real ass fans. Keep liking, commenting. Make sure you guys are subscribed and hit that bell notification.
You know what I wasn't looking for at that Walgreens?
What?
White supremacists.
It would have been a problem then.
Yeah, no shit, bro. You gotta watch out for them white people.
Yeah, man. Guys, let's get to headline number 2. We got some more updates of some things going on in the Trump administration. Some cool things. You guys are both car guys, so this is it's actually an interesting topic here. Now who's screwed? EU fury as Trump 25% tariffs hit European stock market, and panicking officials warn the bloc will react as firmly as possible after Donald said bloc was set up to screw the United States. So a new tariff just went out to all European auto sales. And there's mass effects going on. European auto sales shares fell today after Donald Trump unveiled a plan to slap a 25% tariff on cars and other goods from the European Union last night. And brands like Stellantis, Ferrari, Audi, they're all getting like anxious, and all of their stocks are starting to see some issues here. But this was the first piece that came out. He called it the European bloc. He said that it was basically built to screw the United States. I don't know how much that's going to affect the car market and how that works, but I mean, anything on that?
I got all the cars I want.
Hey, I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
So, okay.
I don't need any more cars.
Yeah, right.
I'm still building. So.
Yeah. I mean, look, here's the good news. All the best cars have already been made. Because
That's
all the
true.
shit they're making now is this hybrid bullshit.
They sound like vacuums.
Yeah, bro, it's terrible. Like, all my cars are like from, 2000 to like, I mean, I got a couple new ones, but like all the good ones are from like 2000 to 2018.
Yeah.
18 was the last good year.
Yeah.
It was the last, unless you consider the SVJ was
The SVJ is an awesome
Yeah.
car.
Yeah, but 25%. They'll probably just pass it along. So
I mean, I can
retail
tell-
probably
if
just
they
go
really
up.
do that, I mean, I got about 7 cars from Ferrari on order that are all going to get canceled because, like, I mean, I'm already paying a premium, like, it is what it is. I ain't paying 25% more.
Yeah.
It ain't happening.
That's a shit
They're
ton.
going to have to lower their price.
That's a shit ton. Yeah, that's a shit ton, man. That's
I don't know. It depends on it just depends on how
it's
much of the
structured.
market we consume of those
Well,
cars.
the market on cars is already really down.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few outliers, but
It's getting hammered for sure.
it's smoked. I mean, I wasn't losing money on cars for a minute, and I've taken some L's over the last 2 years.
Yeah, you got to make sure, bro, you're buying the low production number shit.
Yeah.
Like, dude, just
I switched my.
let me help you with your collection because
Yeah.
I'll guide you the right way.
Yeah, I got out of the the Huracans and
Yeah, you know what?
I got out of those.
Yeah.
And my most recent purchases have been more
Exclusive.
into the go up in value,
Dude,
so.
or at least hold. At least hold.
Yeah, at least hold.
like, dude, that's if you get the right car at the right price, it'll hold your money and you get to drive it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just strategy, dude. It's a supply demand. Low production number equals sustained, value for the most part.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I mean, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't
with
know what's
that.
gonna happen
It'll be
there, bro.
interesting, man. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, look, dude, do we really? I mean, I would venture to guess that the United States represents a very significant portion of the consumption of new automobiles from all the manufacturers that you listed. So we'll have to see what happens because there is come a point of unaffordability for most people.
I mean,
Right.
a family go buy a new SUV,
Or an Audi, right?
$120,000,
Yeah.
$110,000, $100,000. That's like table stakes. If you want to go get a new Tahoe, you're out the door after taxes, everything. You're about $100 grand,
That's-
95 grand. It's
bro,
insane.
That is insane. I remember when brand new Tahoes were for like 45, 50 grand.
Yeah, I mean, my
Like decked out.
yeah, it just goes up and up every single year. I mean,
Bro, the fucking
work
Escalade,
trucks.
the Escalade V is 180 grand.
Yeah, it's insanity.
that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
I mean, new work.
Bro, and you see them. You see them around. Like quite a few of them.
Yeah.
And it makes me wonder. It's like, okay.
No, a car that made me wonder where the fuck the money came from? The C8 Corvette. It's $100,000+ car.
There's a lot of them.
And there's
Yeah.
where I live in Indiana,
Yeah.
I see 30 a day.
Yeah. I
That's
see a
like,
lot of
what?
them too. My dad's got one.
what
That's
happened?
fucking sweet. Have you driven one?
Yeah.
They're fun to drive.
I've driven the base 1LZ and 3LZ and then also Z06.
I haven't driven the Z06. My dad has the Z51 package. And I mean, to him, it's great. He's 80. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? To me, it's good. It's balanced. I like driving it, but it feels slow.
Yeah, well,
But I mean, I also drive ridiculously fast shit all the time.
Yeah, and it just, you know what you can get for similar price.
Yeah.
Like the decision between a middle-aged Ferrari or a Corvette, like give me the Ferrari all day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Versus
especially if you can get a V12 Ferrari.
Yeah.
They're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must be a lot of USAID workers where you live at.
Huh? Oh, getting those Corvettes.
That's what it is. No, but other stuff has been going on too. For the first time, you now have, illegal migrants that have been trying to come to this country. They're now paying smugglers for boat rides back home. So
yeah, they're turning around.
Yeah,
I saw that.
So I mean that's okay.
Yeah,
all right.
they were saying messages. Mexico was saying yesterday that the migrant flow is actually reversing, and they have big caravans going the opposite way now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fuck, if you cut off the tit of the NGOs that are funding those travel plans so, those migrants even get here.
Well, dude, that's a problem too, though, because remember, those NGOs were giving them food and water and all this shit to walk all the way up here. Mm-hmm. They're not going to be able to do that on the way back. So we're going to have, these people are going to get sick and die on the way back.
It'll be a real humanitarian crisis.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they created by doing something illegal.
Mm-hmm. That should have never been done.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, that's going on. That's interesting. Other news, let's get into some of the Doge stuff real quick because this is also interesting. So you remember those emails that Doge made all the federal employees respond to, like with the 5 bullet points of things you've done? Mm-hmm. Elon got one. This is one of the emails that was replied back. So this is an actual government employee.
Can I read it?
Yeah.
Can I read it?
Responding to the email.
Hi. I wanted to email what I did last week in detail. Please let me know if you need some more information. Number 1, I sucked the biggest dick. Seriously, it was 12.3 inches. I measured. Number 2, I got fucked by said dick. Best sex of my life, and will be going back for more. Number 3, ate a man's ass. But he said he wasn't gay, so it's fine. This is a man writing this about men.
Yep.
And I'm reading it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
You wanted to read it. I was going to read it for you.
Okay. Well, I'm already in. It's already going on. Number 5. That's 4. No, he doesn't even have 5.
Well, it's funny you say that because Elon also.
Hold on.
You read the 4th one?
The 4th one said, decided to fuck myself with your bullshit and came. And then it's signed, sincerely, go fuck yourself. But there's only 4 things.
Well, that's what Elon said too. Elon said, we said 5 items and that's only 4.
You know what? I mean,
you can't even be mad at it.
Yeah, I mean, look, dude, he asked for 5 things. If you had give 5 things, maybe you'd keep your job.
Maybe.
I mean, that sounds like a lot of work. 12.3 inches, big ass hog, bro.
You're all right.
Yeah. Shit. I'm just saying. Sounds like a fucking job.
Hand. Yeah, I shake that guy's hand. How you doing?
All right.
He's so strong and so brave.
I can't wait for. Never mind. I'm not going to say it.
What can't you wait for?
Nothing. Because if I say it, people will do it, and then it'll be all over the internet. I'm not saying shit. Anyway, learn how to count, dumbass.
Yep. But I mean, yeah, that's all.
He counted all the inches on that dick, didn't he?
I measured.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's still been a downfall. You got tears, tissues, and chocolates outside USAID as feds are given 15 minutes to clear out their desk. So a shit ton of people have been getting fired. That's still been on the rise. I think they're projected to have these mass layoffs completed. I believe that the date is like March 14th. I want to show you one of the videos that's been circulating, going viral. Check this out.
I really felt that we were providing support and care to humanity around the world because it's the right thing to do. And that made me feel proud no matter who was president. And now I don't know what to do. And I have cried every day. I think that that's normal. I have a 15-month-old at home and I'm looking at him and thinking, well, what's this country that we're now living in?
We're doing work for the American public. We're here for safety. And we're patriots. We love our country. That's why we're taking these jobs that don't pay us in the private sector. I'm an accountant. I could get a private sector job tomorrow, but I care about this country and I want to be here.
Hold on, stop. Stop that. I'm an accountant. I could go to the private sector tomorrow, but I'm crying every day about how I don't have a job anymore.
Because I love my country.
You love your country so much you're willing to steal everybody's tax dollars and put them towards your own political agendas.
You love your
I
country.
think it's okay.
She loves her country.
Yeah. You know, like that woman cry, like, you know, it's hard to have empathy for people like this. When okay, yes, I understand you have bills to pay and you have family to take care of. But when you take half of people's money that they work for and put it into programs that support propaganda of your side, and you somehow thinks that you're justified to get paid off of that money, that's not patriotic at all. And what about all the people, the millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people that struggle to feed their families because they're overtaxed?
Right.
They can't work any more hours. They can't make any more money. And you take half of it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, bro, that's the crime here. That's the oppression. And it doesn't matter if you guys think you're patriots or think you're doing good. You're not doing good, and that's the reality. You're not doing good at all. You're doing very evil shit.
Yeah.
And whether you knew it or not, I don't know.
Right.
But we can't expect to subsidize your income because you picked the wrong team to be on, dude.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, think of all the people, like, bro, you come from regular people.
Yeah.
You know, I come from regular people. Like, think of all the people you know that struggle to pay their bills and, like, you
Watch
know.
my mom work 3 jobs.
That's what I'm saying. And dude, she wouldn't have had to work 3 if they hadn't taken half of fucking money in tax.
Yeah.
You know, maybe she would have had to work 2, but it certainly would have been easier than it was.
Yeah.
You know, and with what things cost now versus what the pay scale is,
It's insanity. I mean,
bro.
take your kids to Disney World.
Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah.
I bought pretzels, a hot dog, and chips and a drink. It was like $80.
Yeah.
Like, I turned to my wife. I'm like, how do normal families afford?
They don't.
I know it's
Yeah.
racking up on a credit
Yeah.
card, right? But I was just like, this is fucking insanity.
Yeah. And dude, it you know, a lot of people, when I say these things, they're like, well, how the fuck do you care? Because, bro, I know what that's like. You know, like,
Right.
I might not have to feel that now, but I know what that's like before.
Mm-hmm.
It's wrong.
Still question everything. It's
Yeah.
like, why? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, well, what's going on is they're taking half our money. They're spending it on things to propagate us and to believe in things that aren't even true.
I seen they sent $20 million to put Sesame Street in Iraq.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
what's going on?
But you know how many times Sesame Street aired in Iraq?
Probably none.
0.
Yeah.
And that's what these things are. That's why, like that picture you showed where there's nobody there, there's just empty golf carts and equipment. They have empty golf carts and empty classrooms so that they can fucking show that, you know, these things have been purchased, and the rest of the money that never gets checked up on, it goes in their pocket. You know, dude, it's straight up fleecing and theft of the American people. And the punishment should be very harsh. And I'm afraid it's not going to be unless the people make the punishment.
We have to declare it, man.
Yeah.
Have to demand it. But other stuff going on. Tulsi Gabbard, she enters the show today. Tulsi Gabbard says NSA employees tied to explicit chat rooms to be terminated, security clearances revoked. Did you hear about that shit, bro?
Not in detail, a little bit.
So you know, Tulsi Gabbard, she's the director of national intelligence. There were employees that worked for the NSA. There's this, like, you know, it's a chat room for like interagency communication. All right. And, you know, there's threads inside of these chat rooms. And one of these threads was literally just filled with LGBTQ, you know, identifying employees of these intelligence agencies talking about their sexual activities, their sexual preferences, 12-inch cocks, and, oh, I just got a big one. Like, disgusting stuff. And this chat room is supposed to be used to communicate our nation's intelligence and secrets across to each other effectively.
Wild.
It's insane. But yeah, and so she...
so let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You guys tell me what you think. Have you ever seen the Snowden documentaries?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like, and in the Snowden documentaries, the reason people hate Snowden and they call him a traitor is because he exposed how the United States was using the Patriot Act to monitor its own citizens.
Right.
Okay. So the reason the government and the media says that Snowden is a traitor, they try to paint it like he was giving secrets to these guys. No, he wasn't. He was giving the people the intel that our government used the Patriot Act to legitimately log into our computers and watch us and listen to us and record us. Okay. When you guys see someone get committed of a crime and there's all these audio recordings, doesn't that ever raise a red flag? You're like, where did these audio recordings come from?
Right.
Well, they come from the NSA getting into your shit and recording what you say. And all you guys that have Alexa or these electronic devices in your home, you're not understanding, or you're even your phone. Like if you ever want to have a confidential conversation, you have to put your phone 5 rooms away because they record that shit. Every conversation, every text, every email, everything you've ever said or done on a digital device is recorded and kept. All of it. Okay. And he exposed that. Most people still don't know that that's the truth.
Yeah. And it's still going on today.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is how they blackmail people. This is what they get people to be quiet. You know, they go and they show them their fucking dick pics or whatever they've been doing. And they're like, dude, you better shut the fuck up or this is what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And this is what they do. So knowing all that is what Snowden was exposing. Do you think that these employees at the NSA who were having private chats about gay sex or whatever, big dicks, big titties, whatever they were talking about, I don't even know. Do you think that those people would abuse their power to spy on regular Americans when they're, on their computers and phones and their pictures and all that shit?
100%.
100%.
No doubt.
We have no privacy. You guys think that we're private or have privacy? You're insane. There's no privacy. They got every single thing you ever said, ever did. And that's how they control power. That's how they control other powerful people. And then things like the Epstein thing, right?
Yeah.
So we're talking about that.
Oh, for sure.
But dude, I mean, those people should be terminated.
Well, and the craziest thing happened, right? Because you have this thing going on with the NSA. This comes out. It's being handled. I trust Gabby to handle it. And those people are being terminated. Their security clearances are being revoked. Cool. But then we got to switch over to the CIA and FBI. Let's watch this clip from Jesse Waters.
But Intel doesn't like being told what to do. When they saw Musk with the chainsaw doging foreign aid, they started leaking to CNN. If you doge us, there will be consequences. On the CIA's 7th floor, home to top leadership, some officers are also quietly discussing how mass firings and the buyouts already offered to staff risk creating a group of disgruntled former employees who might be motivated to take what they know to a foreign intelligence service. The CIA is telling CNN that if their funding gets cut, they're going to sell state secrets to Russia. Who the hell hired these Benedict Arnolds? The CIA is supposed to be filled with patriots, not sellouts. And the FBI is up to no good, too. Michael Schellenberger is reporting a source inside the FBI says the Bureau is destroying evidence. Now we know what their accomplishments were last week. Dear Elon, I wiped the servers cleaner than crooked.
So the same employees.
That's a threat.
Same type of people.
Hold on. That's a threat. That's them threatening. You guys understand, right?
Yeah.
That's a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's saying, man, if this continues to happen, it would be terrible if, the secrets got out to a foreign intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that's called, right?
Blackmail.
Well, it's treason.
Well, treason.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go ahead. You just get hung. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it. Now, I mean, again, we see these things. These are great wins.
What secrets do they have anyway?
Right.
What fucking secrets you motherfuckers have? You got all the naked pictures of all the citizens so you can blackmail them?
You got my 12-inch cockpits.
Yeah,
cool.
dude,
please don't release it.
Well, I mean, they don't publish fiction.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, I mean, they did with Trump.
Yeah, that's true.
Might be interested in it.
Yeah.
I just want to know if aliens are real, okay? Can they publish that? I'm simple, okay?
I think they're definitely real. But we got bigger things though. Like, I mean, like these are all great things. What I want to know, and this is why I'm on demon time today. What I would like to know is where the fuck is the Epstein list?
We'll never see it.
Where is it at? Epstein client list release could be imminent after Blackburn pushes transparency. Let them get jailed. You got Elena Haba. She came on to another interview. She says that absolutely expects criminal charges after Epstein files drop today after meeting with Kash Patel and Pam Bondi. But, you know, the time right now is 4:20 Central Standard Time, Thursday. It was promised to be
4:20?
It is 4:20, yeah. No Epstein list. Nothing. Now, what we do know, I mean, we know some things. This is not new news, right? Like there was a mass release. This is, you know, so one thing that's going around social media right now is that, you know, vault.fbi.gov, that was from 2017. That should have been public since 2017. Nothing on that website has been updated since. You know, here's an article from 2020, right? Like we know some of the things, right? We know some of the names that have been mentioned in court documents. We have some of the flight logs, right? Like, but again, this is not new stuff. This is stuff we've known. And even that, like there's still names on there that are redacted, that were left out of the court filings, right? This is all stuff from...
Go back. So they got Bill Clinton on there, okay? Not redacted, but then they got a redacted name.
Right.
So is that redacted name one of the victims?
Potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially.
I mean, like if they got Bill Clinton on there, why the fuck would they redact someone else?
Yeah.
It's about as big as it gets. So that could be one of the victims.
Potentially, man.
And that is what they said. They did say the reason it's taking so long is because they have to go through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages to make sure that the victims aren't public. You know, which you didn't have time to do that for the last 5 years.
Well, I mean, the other thing they're saying too now is like apparently the FBI, like there's some treasonous shit going on and they're deleting some stuff. They're holding back. Like I saw this letter circulating that Pam Bondi sent to Kash Patel demanding that everything get to her office by tomorrow morning. But it's just like, I mean, again, like how are you putting these things on and then you're still getting railroaded and derailed off the, you know what I'm saying? Day one was many days ago. And like at this point in the game, bro, they're risking some heavy stuff, right? Public trust is, I mean.
Well, what they're risking is the entire movement of people that voted for this administration turning against them.
Getting completely deflated.
Yeah, that's what they're risking. Okay. And I know that these people are high on the hog because they just won the election and they're all getting in. But I believe that they are highly underestimating and misjudging where people are with the transparency that we expect.
Yeah.
And I will not support this administration if they do continue to keep secrets from the American public after all the things that we've been lied to and had forced down our throats and the injustices and the crimes against humanity that have happened over the last 4 or 5 years. Now, with that being said, I am willing to give them 90 days, as I've said the whole time, because a lot of my friends, when Trump got elected, they're like, dude, it's better than Biden, but this motherfucker's still going to be the same thing. And they have no faith. I'm not that person. I understand, and you understand, that when you're building a business or running an organization, things do take time to process. And this is a big company. It's the biggest quote unquote company in the world. There's lots of layers to it. There's lots of shit to dig through. And, you know, it takes time. It does. But look, man, if they like today, they gave these influencers.
Bro.
You got this?
No.
Or we just talk about it.
Talk about it.
You know, they gave all these influencers this binder.
Yeah.
With apparently phase one of the look. We don't need phases, bro. And you know what else we don't need? We don't need a bunch of influencers that just kiss ass and go along with everything Trump says to get the information first, okay?
And be the disseminators of truth.
Nobody should be agreeing with anything, with everything anyone says.
Right.
That's not healthy. It creates a situation where corruption happens and powers are abused. And what's happening, And what's materializing is that situation, which was the exact situation on the left. When we watched Jake Tapper deny that Biden was cognitively impaired, that's the same thing that's happening over here now,
right?
Where people are willing to just support because they're so drawn into the MAGA movement. And by the way, look, dude, I want to say this. I'm not turning against Donald Trump. I'm just stating that they need to understand very clearly that people expect very much different outcomes than what we've been experiencing.
Yeah.
Not just the last 4 years, but the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And to give these people, and by the way, not a single one of these motherfuckers that got this binder has gone as hard as we have gone.
Have done anything to sell fucking
We were
shirts.
saying the shit way before it was okay to say, when there was actual risk to saying it, and then later people come out and say it. And those are the motherfuckers, okay? And I like some of these people, I don't dislike them, but let's be fucking real. You need to be giving the information to people who are going to be honest about the information that are given to them, because that's what's going to restore the trust in society. Okay. And yes, nobody trusts mainstream media, but you also gave the information to people that never criticize the administration as well, which isn't any better than the left giving it to KGP or CNN.
Right. Yeah.
So like, if we want trust restored, we have to give it to people who are openly, I don't even want to say critical, but at least like critical thinkers who will call things the way they see it. And by them giving it to only people that support it, it makes me think that they're trying to hide shit.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Like, it doesn't make me feel good. I think that's bullshit. And by the way, I know a lot of influencers who have done a lot of the heavy lifting before any of those people did it, before any of them did it. You know, when there was risk to saying it.
Yeah. Risk of losing gyms.
Yeah.
Jobs. Fucking companies. I mean, a lot of the arrows have already been fucking taken. And like, these people sweep in behind them, and, you know, it's really, really fucking annoying.
What do you think, dude? You don't think it's going to come out?
No, I don't. I think there'd be too much repercussions. I think there's too many key people that was involved. And that's why I think it's personally taking so long.
I don't disagree with you, dude.
And you know, the administration does promise transparency. I mean, it was one of their core mantras of getting back into the office. But this particular topic, I think, the can's gonna go and go and go.
Yeah. It almost makes me think, like, what are they distracting us from?
Dude, well, you know, it made me think of something.
Because that's all people are talking about right now. So what else is going on?
What's happening?
Right.
And like, it made me think, and like, you know, I've been watching this develop. We haven't really talked about it on the show. I don't believe we've covered it at all, but I've been like keeping my eye on it, and we got to go to Germany, right? Because I don't know if you guys understand what just happened in Germany, but it's kind of fucked, right? So you have German, you have the AfD party, right, which is equivalent to the rights, you know, America's right conservative side. And you have this dude make all these promises on the campaign trail, bro, right? All these promises, truth, transparency, bring German culture
closed
back,
borders,
right? Closed
deportations,
deportation, handle the migrant issues, right? All of these things. He gets elected and then goes on the stage at his very first meeting and say he's not doing any of that shit.
You got to remember what we talked about earlier. They have these conversations behind closed doors on both sides of the aisle, right? And so it's a game of controlling media and controlling a narrative, you know?
Yeah.
And
I think the more people see it, it's very frustrating to watch.
I do think our biggest hope in this equation is Elon, by the way. I think he is down the middle. He just wants what's right.
You see, I don't see it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it. I see Elon with a lot to gain personally. I like Elon. I like Trump. But it makes me like, when we talk about, you know, what he has to gain, it's a lot. And
it is.
Yeah. And so, you know,
directly or indirectly,
he's
gaining a lot from it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, he's all about Neuralink. He's all about transhumanism. He's all about AI and robotics. And, we'll talk about that on the next topic. But like, those are things that really concern me about him.
Yeah. That's my world, though. So
I know.
You got to understand, I do have a little bit of favoritism.
Yeah.
But you also got to remember he walked away from ChatGPT because it was getting, do you know about that? He was one of the original founders of ChatGPT, and they were going too far with it, and he sued the other primary shareholders. And they did resolve it, but he was like, guys, this is going too far, too fast. We
So you believe he has a moral standard about it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's some things that I do know that I can't just say here and openly talk about. He has a very strong moral standard.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's one that's public that people can reference, is when he had a lot to gain, right? ChatGPT was one of the fastest growing companies ever, right? And it was the fastest growing platform ever to hit 1 million active daily users, so on and so forth. And he was like, no, this ain't right. You guys. And they resolved it.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, look, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I'm not sure yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's still some pudding that got to be put.
No, look, I lean into the Trump administration, and I'm Republican, have no problem representing that.
Yeah.
There does have to be equal transparency, well,
the trust has been eroded so hard, bro. We have to have.
You have to restore it.
It's extra transparency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to restore it by going over and beyond.
Mm-hmm.
And so they've got their work cut out.
Yeah, I agree, dude.
They got their work cut out, but I do believe Trump and Elon and the core team, at the end of the day, they do really want that. And they're going to work. They do have powers fighting against them, right?
Yeah.
Everyone thinks that when the president's in the office, they have all the say.
Yeah.
And in reality,
well, we learned that the first Trump administration.
Yeah. And in reality, there's a lot of roadblocks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of roadblocks. And guys, for people listening, I'm not an expert on anything government. I just wanted to, say that.
Well, it would be no different if you took over a company that if you took over a company that had a bad culture. Okay. And they know that you stand for these things, and that's just not the way we do things here. Okay, you're going to have your work cut out for you cleaning that out. It's hard. You have to identify all the little culture cancers. You have to cut them out, and that is what they're doing.
It's a process.
But dude, I don't like the way they're going about this. No. I really don't. It makes me trust them less. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
People deserve to know the truth. If all of the people that are influential in our media and Hollywood are being leveraged to promote certain propaganda or do certain things or put certain messages out to us, we deserve to know those things. Mm-hmm. And we already know that USAID's been doing this. Right. Soros has been doing this. He's getting in big trouble right now because he bought all those radio stations so that he could propaganda,
do what he's been doing. Yeah. And my thing is okay, if they are being leveraged, cool. By who?
Well, yeah, we deserve to know that.
Well,
that's why we.
If you look into, if you remember, Mark Zuckerberg released a letter stating that he was throttling traffic during the last elections. He admitted he came clean on everything and posted it himself.
Do you think he came clean on everything, or do you think he came clean on what he thought he had to?
I'm not friends with Mark. I don't know. But that is those are the things that I remember and just gives me hope.
Yeah.
That there are, Mark is arguably one of the most influential people in the world.
For sure.
And he stepped out on a limb, exposing himself. So that gives me hope that.
Well, see, the way I look at that,
we can go in the right direction.
Yeah, I look, man, but I look at that differently. I look at that okay, when they were in office, the Biden administration, which are communists, he did what he could to play ball with them. Mm-hmm. And the real test would be what would happen if those progressive people got back in power. Would he Would he stand up to them now, or would he just go back the way he was?
Based on his new swagger, I think he would stand up.
Well, I mean, here's how I look at it too. Like I think, because you mentioned the word there, hope. What is hope meant to do?
Hope is meant to influence change, in my opinion.
Well, see, I look at hope.
I think hope is meant to stall people from action.
To pacify.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like, what better way? You got the American people.
Now, there's two different kinds of hope. You're right. Hope can inspire action.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it can also inspire complacency when people look around. And our citizenship is conditioned to wait for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how.
And that's my thing. It's like, all right, so you got all these like millions of us pissed. What better way to calm them down? I put out a letter. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Cool, whatever.
No, I get it. And I love both. Like, I love all these opinions, but I look at everything from an optimistic lens. I think most entrepreneurs do.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of mental training that went into that, Mm-hmm. If I did not do all of that self-work and discipline, I would see hope differently myself. Mm-hmm. Like if I couldn't compartmentalize, if that makes sense.
For sure, dude. I mean, look, it depends on your perspective.
That's right.
Yeah, and where you are. But I can tell you this. I know for sure that the American people are in a place of when they feel hope as a whole right now, culture, it's to paralyze. Mm-hmm. Something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. Trust the plan. It's all going to work out.
Eat your popcorn.
Right. That's where people are right now. So
and that's a dangerous place to be.
It is, man. Because we forfeit our actions as citizens onto other people's backs
that may not exist.
We don't know. I mean, look, dude, I like Trump.
I do too.
I fucking like his family. I like what he says. I think he's fucking hilarious. I think he's badass. I mean, bro, he's 80 years old. He works harder than anybody I know.
Yeah.
But I don't like the way this is being handled. It's just, I don't like it. It makes me doubt. It makes me have concerns, and that doesn't make me comfortable. And I don't like the way that they only recognize influencers that fucking only I agree with everything they say.
I agree with that. It's got to be both sides for change to happen.
For sure.
Right.
Well, that's what real truth and honesty looks like, man.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, now to your, you guys also brought up this about distractions. And, because like that's always been my stance, right? Like, okay, like the big game's here, cool, but what's happening over here, right? Like, you got the big smoke screen. What's happening behind that? And, it is interesting, Andy, because you've also mentioned many a times, bro, like, they have, the deep state. I don't like, here's the fallacy that I think too many people get into, like that Trump's in office and everything's going to be just fine. Like you said, there's plenty of people that are fighting against him. We know we have deep state. And I'm of the belief that I think the deep state still has a lot of control on a lot of things. And, we talked about red button pushes. I don't know. But this is something interesting. LAX is on red alert right now because some foreign traveler just brought in a deadly disease somehow. And it infected an unknown number of American citizens.
Well, I believe it was on your show there. You believe that the COVID 2.0 is going to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that because that also comes out that the Wuhan bat lab linked to COVID pandemic is carrying out an ominous new virus experience, and they just created a COVID 2.0.
Yeah.
Well, look, I was talking to Sean Ryan about this yesterday on the phone. These people who are in control are very dangerous when they are at the risk of being exposed for how much influence and how much control they have. And right now, that's happening. And there could be a number of things happening here. It could be there's people implicated, so they're trying to slow roll the fucking list out. It could be that Trump administration has intel that if this happens, then this will happen, meaning, because like, let's be real, bro. Everybody knows what the fucking Epstein shit was, okay? Mm-hmm. Like Epstein was a Mossad operation for collecting intelligence, which means it comes from Israel, which means it fuels the fire of it being what people like to say now, the Jews, okay? But the reality is, it is the government of Israel, a lot of which are not even Semitic Jews, okay? So it's a corrupt government who was responsible for an operation, and it does not go to the rest of the world of Jews. Period. All right? But the problem with it is they could know that, meaning Trump could know that if this were to come out, it could fuel that fire because, dude, people are already talking about it. It's out in the open, dude. You look all over TikTok, you look all over Instagram, you look all over Twitter, everybody's talking about the Jews, okay? What happens if this comes out and it confirms that Israel was behind an operation that was raping children for intel? What does that do to the cultural place of the world? It creates a mass hysteria against a certain group of people when in reality, in my opinion, it shouldn't be focused on a certain race of people or religion of people. It should be focused on the actual people who fucking are responsible for it.
Yeah.
Okay? The individuals with names and addresses, okay, who also manipulate those people. So when we talk about, it could be this too. It could be they are aware of a plan to release COVID 2.0 if this information comes out and implicates Mossad in some sort of child sex trafficking shit. So dude, this is chess. And as much as it pisses me off that the shit's not just coming out, there's probably some strategic reasons that have to do with the safety of human beings that is being manipulated for a reason. And I think that's what we all need to really stop and take a breath about, because how hard do you think that these people, if they knew that the whole world was going to come down on them, do we not think that they have plans to handle that? I mean, bro, they have Israel has they have that fucking the Hannibal directive where they'll they launch a nuclear weapon to destroy, like if they are threatened, they can nuke the whole world. So like there's all kinds of shit that could be happening here that we don't know, because the reality of the situation is that a lot of our own government is manipulated by Mossad and blackmailed by Mossad, and everybody fucking knows that already. So I hesitate to lump any race of people into a category. I don't think that because a black person does something that makes all black people bad. I don't think that because a Christian does something bad that makes all Christians bad. I don't believe that when some Jewish people at the top of a government do something bad that equates to all Jewish people. I know it doesn't. And I think we as human beings need to have more reasonable conversations. And it's hard to do with all the big voices out there screaming that it's an actual race as opposed to individual people that are evil. And so, that's how I feel about it. Like, but the truth of the matter is the real reason it's not coming out is because it's going to implicate our biggest ally in one of the most disgusting intel collecting operations. And it's probably going to implicate our own intelligence services as well. So, let's be real. That's why it's not coming out, because the shit is so disgusting that the average person is going to be like, what the fuck is going on?
It would create, my belief is it simply will create more mistrust and counter-react the efforts that they're doing to try to put trust into the American people.
Yeah. I mean, dude, look, we deserve to know either way. That's my opinion. And the people who are responsible for things like that deserve death. That's my opinion too. There's a reason that the propaganda for the last 7-8 years has been very heavy towards, it's been phased, right? It's been heavy towards LGBTQIA+, but then it was hijacked by trans people, and then they started normalizing pedophilia by calling them MAPs, minor attracted persons. And if we look at the propaganda that's been put out and who's been putting it out, okay, which is, people like Soros putting out this progressive propaganda, and we look at all the messaging, who's been putting it out, it stands to reason in my mind that they're trying to normalize something that they're all complicit in before it actually comes out. Meaning
they can get the population.
Meaning we're going to get the population to agree that people who are attracted to minors can't help it, and like they're doing in Europe now, where they're getting little kids, they're arguing for little kids to have consent to have sexual relations with an adult. That is fact. Okay, that's happening in many countries in Europe. Child consent laws. A child can consent who they want to have sex with, no matter if that person is 40 years old, okay, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Why would they do that? Well, the reason that I think they would do that is because it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
And the reason that I think they would do that is because they're so fucking into that shit and they know it's coming out that they don't want to be burned at the stake when it comes out. But their efforts to normalize that have failed. So where does that leave us now? And I think that's a very delicate situation to unravel when you have a government, maybe two governments, and then an organization like the World Economic Forum that's made up of the most powerful people in the world, all guilty of this shit. I mean, it's you know, like, it's dangerous.
Release it, bro.
Yeah, I look. That's where I'm at too, because I've been talking about this for so long.
Release it.
But that's the only. Those are the reasons that I can think of why it's being done the way it's done. I don't agree with the way it's done.
Right.
But that's my breakdown of what could be why.
Yeah, guys, jumping on this conversation. Let us know down in the comments what you guys think. With that being said, let's get to our final headline. We got headline number 3. AI.
Yeah.
So let's have some conversations about it. I got some interesting stuff here. So this first headline is Goku, a Chinese open source model, challenges OpenAI in the U.S. Have you seen this? Are you familiar with Goku?
Not super familiar with Goku, aware of it, but know more about DeepSeek.
Okay.
So
China just came out with this new, it's from ByteDance, and they launched what's called Goku, which is an advanced AI model for image and video generation.
Right.
Okay. Now, I'm going to show you guys some clips here. Mm-hmm. All right. I'm going to show you 2 clips, and I want you to tell me which one is AI and which one's not. Okay. Here's clip 1. If you're listening on audio, you got to come over to YouTube. And that's clip 2. Which one's AI?
Goku 家不仅能从0到1生成口播视频，也能生成
Second one.
I thought the second one too.
Okay. Well, joke's on both of you because it's both.
Well, the second one looked more AI.
Yeah. No, these are both AI generated videos. All of these.
I mean, that one looks way more AI.
Goku 家不仅能从0到1生成口播视频，也能生成更具感染力的走播视频，支持各种语言。不需要数字人录制，极大降低了视频广告制作门槛。
This is AI. This is AI. This is also AI.
This is going to put influencers out of business.
Bro.
For sure.
Bro.
Yeah, listen, influencers don't want to work. A lot of them don't want to work. They don't want to do the shit right. They don't want to do things right. They want to a lot of them want to just get paid for existing, and this is going to kill their business.
Yeah. I'm partners with a Instagram page called the AI Surfer, and if you watch all that content, it's all AI video, every piece of it, and we get thousands and thousands of new followers every day, hundreds and hundreds of DMs every single day, and every single video is generated by AI.
So how long does it take them to generate a video like that?
5 to 15 minutes, depending on the depth we want to go with it.
And this is as simple as here's a bottle of water. You take a picture of this, prompt the AI, hey, I need to add around.
It depends. So here's the truth about AI. Yes, it's advancing fast. It's the fastest technology that's ever been created, but it also still requires a really intelligent human to use it. That's the brutal truth, right? SalesAi, ChatGPT, all these platforms that you can reference. If you put shit in, you get shit out. It still is driven by the human. So I like to say AI is great, but the human takes it across the finish line.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, but even Gen AI that's starting to come out, right? Videos, that's different, right? But we're talking day-to-day society. It's still going to require a workforce that knows how to intelligently work it, right? It's going to have an impact on labor work. It's going to have an impact on call centers and desk jobs and content and all of those that people already talk about. But it's also going to create the opportunity to upskill and upscale lower wage employees to earn more, to be more intelligent, right? It's just like, the way I talk about it is, I didn't live in these days, I don't think any of us did, but like farming, when the tractor came out, oh, you don't need a gas-powered machine, we just plow our fields. Well, the guys that never bought the tractor are out of business, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Yeah.
It's just, what are the implications of that technology on business culture and humanity as a whole? And I think that's where, you know, people are fit. You know, so I'm a little older than you guys. All right. I remember when the internet came about. All right. I remember very clearly. At first, it was very simple shit. It was, you could get online and kind of talk to your buddies. You could look up naked chicks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was
cool.
Yeah. It was just very simple. You could send letters to your friends. You could get on AOL Messenger and, you know, go back and forth. It was cool. Then e-com started to show up on, you know, on the internet. Amazon was one of the first companies that really came around. For 10, 15 years, all these companies that came on the internet, they did not have to collect sales tax. All right. So because they didn't have to collect sales tax, they had an 8 to 12% margin advantage over brick and mortar mom and pop retail locations, whether that be a grocery store, bookstore, fucking supplement store, anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything sold, they had a 10% price advantage, which means they could sell for 10% less than all of the companies out here that employed the majority of humanity. All right. And that created a situation where people would go on Amazon and they would buy things for less. So the argument used to be, I go on Amazon because it's cheaper. It's cheaper than everybody. And it was, because they had an unfair tax advantage. It took many, many years, over a decade, for that to be put on to these companies. But by that time, the behavior had been modeled and cultivated for people to shop there. And when that started to happen, now they leaned into convenience. So now the consumer has been trained to buy for convenience over price. How many people will pay extra to get the shit today or tomorrow than than a week from now? Mm-hmm. Almost everybody. Okay. So that all spawned off of an unfair advantage that ended up creating obsolete businesses that employed human beings. And I watched it happen. I've seen it happen. You know, I've watched it happen. And so now this is the biggest thing that's come along since then. And I think it's much bigger. Mm-hmm. And now we have a situation where we have technology that can do the job, not just of one human, but many humans inside an organization. So yeah, that makes sense. Like, I could run my company much cheaper based upon implementing AI. But that means that people in my community aren't going to have jobs and aren't going to have income. So,
and if everybody's doing
hold on. If everybody's doing it, we just have a separation of classes. We have people getting more and higher paid positions, and then we have people less. So my concern with AI, I mean, is where are we going to be? Because, like, dude, like you said, it's so fast. Where are we going to be in 5 years? Well, I mean, dude, Tesla's already got fucking humanoid robots.
Yep.
What happens when they're autonomous on AI and can, like, you just say, hey, robot, go build me a fucking house, and three robots that have the superhuman strength that you bought for 20 grand a piece go out and build you a house. And now you have a construction company of, you know, because, like, that's the biggest thing. Like, all the labor guys, the guys who do houses and construction or trade skills.
Laying the pipe.
Yeah, they'll always, that's going to change too.
It's going to change.
All right?
Yeah.
So, but dude, they'll always say, well, they can't do my job. Or an artist, like a wood crafter, will be like, can't do my motherfucker. You don't think that fucking robot can make better looking shit than you? Like, and they could do it without rest, without complaining, without pay after the sunk cost.
Yeah, there's no union.
So, dude, what I'm saying here, and like, look, we can argue the ethics of it night and day, but here's the reality. It's fucking here and it's happening.
Yes.
So how do you see that playing out? Because I agree with you, dude. Like, look, if we're competing against other, like, just take my company, First Form here. If we're competing against other companies, like, let's say Nike, and Nike does AI and their margins go to the moon, and your margins are little because of, like, you're going to get put out of business, and those people aren't going to have jobs anyway.
Right.
So, like, it's hard as an entrepreneur that cares about their people to really understand how to properly leverage and utilize it, without putting yourself out of business. You know what I mean? It's just a hard, it's
risk and reward, right? Like it's
well, bro, I just,
AI. Cool.
I mean, what do you think, dude?
Yeah.
Because you're a great dude.
Yeah.
Like you care about people.
I do. I'm honestly most proud of raising a family, building a team, and employing people within my community.
Yeah.
But I'm also a proponent of, I do save companies a lot of money. I do hit COGS hard on a P&L.
Yeah.
And maximizing that, right?
Yeah.
So I really try to ride the middle line and not take a defensive stance of, I want to replace humans and or keep humans. I ride the line of adapt or die.
Yeah.
And
well, that's reality.
And so I just try to stick to reality with it. I get these hard questions all the time, especially, you got to remember, my business can work 24/7, 365 days in your business. So let's say you have 100 people on this floor doing customer support. I can replace that with one software.
Yeah.
And handle 48,000 calls a minute.
Yeah.
And never miss a beat, know every single product, take the customer complaints, do the refund, fill in the tickets, all.
No, you showed it to me last time you were here.
We called it. Yeah.
And so, yes, I'm feeding the beast of, it could make that negative impact, but I try to take the stance that lean into it now, because here's the reality of, you're in early adoption phase. You're not in your buying cycle, and you're nowhere near the peak. So this would be like getting on the internet in 2001, or it'd be like if First Form was only an e-com business in 2001, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'd have a huge advantage nowadays, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you went all in on that, right? So that's what I try to encourage people is lean into it, become masters in these subtopics, because AI is going to hit every industry. So if you're in construction, how can you embrace it now and become a force to be reckoned with by embracing it and leading change throughout the industries?
Yeah.
Right.
What do you think the relationship will be between humans and AI? Because I have this other article that came up too. This just came out, that AI chatbots posing as therapists could have dangerous and violent consequences. So now they're training AI chatbots to be actual therapists to real humans now, right? What do you see? Do you see the relationship as a beneficial one? Right, because we've talked. There's plenty of therapists out there that do great work and are helpful. Cool, but there's also a lot that also take advantage of problems that could be easily solved by just
it's called
doing
life.
Shit. Right, it's hard. right. So it's how do you look at the relationship of humans and AI, outside of even just the business space, right? How do you look at it?
Yeah, I look at it that it's going to take time for the average consumer to gain trust and even become aware of realities. There's certain Fortune 500 companies that I already work with that you're already interacting with on an everyday basis, and you have no idea. But we encourage those companies to be upfront about this usage, and most of them do in some way, shape, or form. Simply, the phone rings, it answers and says, hey, this is an AI assistant with X company, right? But, you know, it's like a loaded firearm. You can save the day or you can cause havoc. And so people that have good intentions and that are in the field of AI will make the world a better place, and people that have ill intentions will make the world a worse place. I kind of leave it, again, I take that middle lane with it. And I think humans, they thrive off of convenience, right? Well, AI is going to make things a lot more convenient. I was just in Miami earlier this week, and there's AI bots delivering food, right? You can get your food in 10 minutes versus 30. What are you doing? You're going to use that robot, right? So humans are going to adjust.
Well, I mean, dude, look, dude, there's not a person with a brain in business that doesn't understand that Amazon's a bad thing for business. It's bad. It's not good. It's bad. It's bad for your local, your local community. Amazon's not out there sponsoring T-ball teams and shit like that. Okay. No. It's capitalism, which I can respect, but I also respect the boundaries of capitalism, meaning I think there's ethical capitalism and I think there's unethical capitalism. And I think, you know, when we start talking about convenience and, you know, like, okay, like when you start tying this all together about where this is going, it sort of makes sense as to why they want to depopulate the planet, because they don't fucking need a workforce anymore.
Yeah, they don't need Uber Eats.
Yeah, I mean,
you're going deep here, Andy.
I know. Yeah,
not,
but like
not promoting.
Well, no, but what do you do? What do you do with all the people who aren't going to have a job? I mean, do they go on universal basic income? Like what? Because that's the opposite.
Well, there's early outlines of that. A form has been created to help offset the impact of artificial intelligence into day-to-day jobs. That is a real thing that is in place.
Okay, so you're saying they're trying to make some guidelines about it.
Yeah, they're also trying to make, I do some advisory work on you know, the governmental use of AI and whatnot, and they are working day in and day out right now on how to set the guardrails.
Well, that's hard to do, bro, because China doesn't set any.
Right. Correct. It's like GDPR, and then the United States doesn't have anything, right? It's like Canada has Castle. Again, we don't have anything, right? It's going to create unity worldwide to create that standard. But right now, where it's the reality of it is, it's state by state. And fun fact, do you want to guess what state has the most advanced AI policies? Any guesses? It's Indiana. Indiana is the most advanced AI government in the United States.
And what do you mean by, like, as far as like regulation wise?
Proposed again, all of it's in proposal.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's the way they're going about it right now is from the big governments, they're trying to take it through TCPA, which that was created 20-something years ago when it was trying to stop spam robots and whatnot. It's not even, they're trying to lump it into cell phone calls when it's totally different. So they're messing up there. That's why it keeps getting up and down, up and down. They keep saying, hey, now here's this regulation, then taking it down. They just took it down again on trying to put TCPA regulations on AI generated use for business. It's gone in already. But no, what I mean by that, from the state of Indiana has been implementing AI for like 6-7 years now. They're in their government building. There's 3 floors. It's AI of how to use data faster, make better decisions. I mean, their intentions and how they're going about it is awesome. It's how do we make the convenience of the everyday worker better? Yeah. So they're going about it great. But yeah, they're the most advanced in the United States.
So what do you think? Because I have an opinion on this, but what do you think? Like, let's just talk about the influencer thing for a minute, right? Because influencers have created a situation where people who otherwise don't have, it's made content creation a career, all right?
Correct.
And a lot of people make a lot of money doing it. Clearly, and Gary Vee talks about this too. He's like, dude, influencer, you're fucking done. Like, you're done.
Yeah.
And I can tell you why they're done. They're done because managing influencers and egos that go with influencers is nearly impossible.
It's insane.
It's they don't want to post the right way. They want to do things their way that are ineffective, and then you have to pay them, and it's just become this fucking huge clusterfuck. So now there are good influencers that do really good things, and they try hard. How do you feel people like that, or even just people who want to have a career? Because look, man, part of being fulfilled and part of being happy as a human is, happiness is not skipping through the field of daisies doing nothing. Like we are built as human beings to contribute, to create, to become. And that's what creates a lot of fulfillment for a lot of people. And I spoke about this long before Trump did, but Trump got on stage and said, oh, you know why depression's such a big deal? Because people are fucking lazy and they don't have enough shit to do. They don't work hard enough. It's really hard to be depressed when you're working really hard. It's really hard to be depressed when you're creating and contributing and focused on becoming. And he's correct there. So if we make a world that's more convenient, what's that going to do to the mental health status of humanity as a whole? That's a concern of mine. But speaking on, and by the way, this is no way me denying that this is going to happen. Like it's happening. Yeah. It's already, the shit's out of the box already.
Yeah.
So if you're a person, right, and you're like in a company and you know that your job is vulnerable to being replaced by AI, what do you think, how can people defend themselves around those things?
Well, right now, and again, going back to buying cycles, is you're still in the very infancies of it. And so people that latch on and realize AI is not going anywhere have a huge advantage within large corporations, because most large corporations have antiquated leadership styles and very slow to adopt. There's companies still moving to the cloud and still implementing CRMs. I mean, it's been 20-something years of that technology, right?
There's places in our government that still use typewriters, bro.
Bro, the government still fucking stores paper files in mines.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's insanity. So if you're in that, okay, this is happening, I'm going to lean into it. You actually have a path to make huge impact within that corporation and create such a layer of protection for yourself, because you'll be a source of truth. A lot of leadership in a lot of big companies are older.
Yeah.
And they can barely even get on their iPhone and open up Facebook, let alone understand the capabilities of implementing AI into an 10,000 person organization.
For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So the young generation that's in the workforce now,
needs to learn the technology.
Needs to learn the technology
and figure out how to,
because they will replace, you don't run a company when you're 100, you know? So that leadership's going to cycle, and those young leaders are going to step up to the plate with, proactive agendas to be able to keep the organization going. So I think personally, I think it's one of the greatest opportunity zones the world has ever seen.
For some people, for sure. No doubt.
But you go to lazy, like you get your lazy people, it just shows up.
They're going to get crushed either way.
They're going to get crushed either way. That's the reality. So,
well, they're getting crushed now because the same thing. It's just,
different vehicle, but
yeah. So on the influencer standpoint, I think influencers that are very authentic and have the ability to create an actual connection with people will be fine.
They'll be fine.
You will be the anomaly and it will make you more valuable. But bro, that just isn't the culture in influencers anymore.
No.
It was in 2016, it was in 2018, but now it's everybody's Tom Cruise, bro, and everybody's a celebrity, and I'm not posting it like that. Well, that's the way that converts. Well, that's not in my brand dynamic. Well, then off.
Yeah.
And dude, those people are all going to get replaced with these people because you can't tell the difference.
No.
Bro, there's AI pages right now of OnlyFans chicks that are making millions of dollars, bro, and it's a fake. It's not even a real person.
Yeah.
Wild.
Again, we have a page that has almost 400,000 followers. We started with 0, just like everyone else, right?
Yeah.
And we did that in a year.
Yeah.
And all those videos is AI.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's wild, man. This stuff was
dude.
wild,
You know
man.
what dude? You know what really scares me, man, is when these things. Like, isn't it possible for AI to become like its own prompting source? Meaning, like right now, you're saying
it can. It already happens.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter the intelligence of the human because eventually they're going to be prompting themselves.
So AI is the first computer program that 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2. It could be 1 + 1 equals a black hole, right? So if anyone,
what do you mean by that?
People don't understand how prompting this gets this, and no one has exactly figured it out. You also got to understand AI has been in big business since the 90s. Just no one could afford it. Like, unless you were Microsoft or Google, you couldn't afford to have a data center that burns $3 million a month in hydrogen and everything to run these things, right? But now the open source models like ChatGPT, they were the front runner, have brought it to the average person, right? It's like the cell phone evolution, right?
Mm-hmm.
A cell phone used to be $50,000 and weigh 200 pounds, right?
Mm-hmm. It came in a bag.
Yeah, I've seen pictures. I didn't see those days, but
yeah, I did.
Yeah,
the ones in the car,
yeah,
the car.
Yeah.
But now, if you don't have a cell phone, like what are you doing, right? Yeah. So we're going through that evolution, and but yeah, people think that AI was like this new thing, and it's been around.
Well, it is new for people.
Yeah, it's been around a long time though.
What do you think of like Terminator?
so
No, being serious, bro. Like,
right,
here's what fucking scares me. Here's what scares me. You've seen Terminator. What's that movie with Will Smith? I Am Robot.
I Am Robot.
Okay, dude, we've seen this shit. Like, all right, man, that robot's pretty cool. What happens when it starts thinking for itself? And what happens when you say something?
Oh, it's doing that.
What happens when the AI wants to chick?
Right.
And then all of a sudden it beats your ass and takes your chick.
And it lasts longer than 2 minutes.
You want to?
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dangerous, bro.
You want to watch a really awesome TV series? Watch Cassandra on Netflix. It's literally that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it scary like that?
Oh, is that the mom sick from cancer and like she hires like the AI? Isn't that what's her name?
No, this is a different one. Yeah.
What's it about?
So this family buys this. It was like one of the first smart homes ever.
Yeah.
It was like built in the 70s or whatever.
Like Jarvis or something?
Yeah, there's like computer monitors that it's like Alexa on a TV screen.
Okay.
It's like this lady, and her name's Cassandra.
That's the computer.
Yeah, it's the computer. And the whole basement is the computer program. Like, just imagine a data center in the basement running this thing, right? And the family's like, oh, it's probably, it's so old, it probably doesn't work. Kid goes to the basement, turns it on, and this thing just pops up. Well, then they find the actual robot as well. So it starts off, the robot's like cutting the grass and cooking, like all these amazing benefits, right? But then it becomes obsessed with its past and wants to become the mother of the kids and be not necessarily in a relationship with the husband, but wants to run the household and does all these series of events to get the mom to be deemed crazy, and she gets put into a mental ward.
That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, dude, like what happens?
That's the robot.
Yeah. What happens when when the police are all AI robots?
Well,
right.
I could speak more to this.
That's just scary for me.
So
you know what I'm saying?
I bought
the racist ones.
I bought a G1 robot.
The Tesla one?
No, look up
G1 robot.
G1 robot, yeah. It gets here in 2 months.
Bro, you bought this thing?
I did, yeah.
How much was it?
I bought like everything maxed out, like $65,000.
Oh, really?
But we bought it for trade shows.
Yeah. What's it do?
Whatever you want it to. Yeah. So, yep, that's it. G1 humanoid. Yeah.
You bought this thing?
I did, yeah.
You're going to have it in your house?
No. We bought it for trade shows. So we have a big release coming out with HubSpot, and so we got a G1 humanoid for our trade show booth for HubSpot Inbound event this year. And this,
bro, Devin, the motherfucker's doing a karate kick.
Bro,
oh, so when you buy it,
kick your ass, man.
So when you buy it, they actually show you a video of it doing everything you see here.
Yeah, bro, look at that. Look at that one right there. It's kicking that dude's ass.
Yeah, so you prompt it. You prompt it.
Look, they're fighting. It's already happening, man.
All right, now where's the picture of him? His wife, like, where is that at?
No functional
no PP
extremities to my knowledge. But yeah, so I could speak to how life's gonna look here in a few months. If you want to bring me back on, I'll bring it. I'll bring it, and you can fuck with it,
bro. What if you get home and that thing kicks your ass?
So you want to know a real
You're not afraid of that?
No, I'm not. It has a kill switch. So
yeah, you gotta get to it first, dog.
It's on your phone. But anyways, so you want to hear like a real issue we're dealing with in the company? So we got this thing, right? We can't find insurance to cover it for the show.
There's probably not. It doesn't exist yet.
See, like this stuff's gonna create new industries, is what I'm leading to.
Yeah.
Right. You're gonna have to have insurance on these fuckers just in case it goes rogue.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, these humanoids, their batteries are only good for 2 hours. So
they only kick
if
your
it
ass
goes
for 2
rogue,
hours.
I'm gonna tire that motherfucker out. Yeah, I'm gonna tire it out.
Max rogueness.
Bro, we're so
is 2 hours.
We're all.
So the hands, it can sense like it's picking this up.
Yeah.
Versus like shaking your hand.
Huh.
So it's not going to be like.
Yeah.
Until
it wants to.
So it can detect like physical, like a human skin.
Yeah. Bro, you guys covered this in iRobot, dude. They said, hey, you can't do this to people, and then that Sonny, he starts doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are doing it to.
I got to see this thing.
Program it. We're going to program it. You program it.
I'm surprised that thing is only $65,000.
Yeah, I mean it's out of China.
Yeah, no shit.
So we're going to program it to give demos of SalesAi. So that's what we're doing with it. And I am not at trade shows. I am going to see how to get it to do that.
Now they got fat ones there. That blue one there.
So I wasn't on. That's DJ.
That's DJ's. Bro.
Yeah, special edition.
I ain't got to wait in no more fast food lines.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm okay, bro. Listen, I think it's a pass for me. I mean, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm cool on it, man.
I'm very concerned.
I mean, like,
Andy,
dude,
I'm going to ship one to your house.
Yeah, I'm very. Listen, man, I've seen this. I've seen the movies.
I've seen too many movies.
Yeah, bro. And I've also run too many companies to understand what it's going to do potentially. But I mean, dude, business is adapt or die, and that's it. I mean, consumers could control the adoption of these things.
That's the only fix.
But they won't.
Yeah.
They won't do it.
There's too much convenience.
They won't do it.
It's
Right,
amazing.
bro? Dude, you know how many motherfuckers say they hate Nike and still wear Nike?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know how many people say they know that Amazon's not good for their local economy, but they still use it?
They have a package every day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Dude, people don't do that. They'll boycott a fucking company for doing something stupid, but they won't look at it. I don't know. People don't look at it like that. They don't look at it as a preservation of their own utility.
No.
Yeah. Well, guys, jump in on this conversation. Let us know down in the comments what you guys think.
I mean, the argument for this is the argument that I've heard for this is, people are going to have so much more time to live their life, right?
Hard to live your life when you're broke.
Well, I mean,
it's true.
Yeah, it's not as simple as that, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No.
And dude, what are we gonna people? Okay, look, let's just take 75 hard for example. When you grab someone who's never heard of 75 hard, and you're like, hey, look, dude, you're gonna do all this extra shit, but it's gonna make you feel powerful. It's going to make you feel fulfilled. It's going to give you confidence. It's going to give you belief in yourself. That comes from the work. That comes from the creation. That comes from the contribution to others and self. And if we take that away from society, there's going to be people that I don't know. I think, dude, I don't know. I honestly, I'm very good with vision. I think that's my biggest trait. It's just hard for me to see where this is going to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Long term.
Yeah.
Like I really it makes me nervous. Like, dude, because how the military's already fucking using this. I guarantee it, dude.
Yeah.
They're already making these humanoid robots and shit.
Oh, well, I mean, they've had dogs for years now in service. So, the vision that I carry with it is it will make some negative impact, but ultimately will create a whole new realm of business opportunity and capitalism. Because think about industries that still suck. Law sucks, banking sucks. All these industries that haven't created convenience are now for the taking because of artificial intelligence, which creates all these sub-markets and niches to serve.
I could certainly see where it could clean up a lot of corruption because it could be black and white, but I could also see, I mean, we've seen this in biases in ChatGPT and in these other prompt AI services. So it's, some of them have been programmed with biases. So I don't know, dude. I really don't. That's why I wanted you to come on and talk about it because I don't think anybody knows. Yeah. I mean, I think you think you know, but real talk, we don't know.
No. I've told you earlier in the show, I don't claim to be an AI expert.
Yeah, well, you are. you are an AI expert, but we just don't know how it's going to evolve. Yeah, we have a good idea.
There's too many paths, but the reality of making strong business decisions with AI is you don't just go all in with one. So how we approach that. SalesAi is a platform that services the customer, but I am not married to a single large language model, which that's how these things get created, right? Mm-hmm. We use the best of the best for the situation. So if you have a use case for sales, there's a specific large language model that is best for that. If you're using it for customer support, there's a best use case for that, right?
What's a large language model for people that don't know?
It is a composed stack of computers and data centers that process data and anything and everything on the internet faster than a human can blink. And so that's why when you talk to AI, it's not 1 + 1 = 2. If you ask ChatGPT a question, it'll create all these scenarios because it knows everything. It's linked to everything that's ever been put on the internet. And that's why.
Well, that's another thing. Some of the information that it comes out with is not true. For example, none of the information on me about my company's income, my address, my age, none of that shit's correct.
Right.
None of it's correct intentionally. And I don't report, none of my companies have reporting to the public.
Yeah.
None of them, it's all guesstimates. But when you type in, it comes up with numbers and shit. It just makes them up. So there's that too.
Yeah.
Right. How do we know what the information?
What's the accuracy?
Correct.
And speaking to our company, we isolate your use case in your business for you. We don't take your data and then make XYZ customer better because we're using your data. We actually isolate that, right? When you're using our product, it is just you. And you do have, I want AI to assist here, but these are the facts and you do not deviate. Mm-hmm. And it will not deviate from the facts, right? Mm-hmm. And so there are controls.
So it depends on who's programming it.
Yeah. Again, if you have good intentions to make the world a better place, you can make the world a better place. And if you have ill intentions, you can do some major disruption.
Yeah. Well, listen, dude, listen, guys, I know Devin. He's a great dude. And that's why I wanted to bring him on and talk about these things, because obviously I have been very anti, because, dude, I love people.
I do too.
You know what I'm saying? I've employed people for 26 years, bro. My most proud that I am of anything is when these guys build a career and go out and get a house and a car and build a family. Like, dude, I'm cool. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? That's where I get my satisfaction. And it breaks my heart to think that could change. And, you know, it's something that I'm very concerned with. So, but dude, what I want to get to though is I appreciate that you come on and are open and honest about it and help us bring some clarity to the ins and outs. And I would definitely love to keep the conversation going, having you come on as this develops over time.
Yeah,
for sure, man.
Yeah, the reality is perception controls a lot of things, and so if you perceive that it is going to do harm, ultimately you will approach everything with a tough mindset, right? Yeah. It's going to be really hard to break through that. Yeah. So if you perceive that there can be mutual benefits in building companies and so on and so forth, you will find a massively beneficial way to leverage AI.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I like to evaluate everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, guys, jump in on this conversation. Let us know down in the comments what you guys think. We got one final segment for you guys, as always. Thumbs up or dumb as fuck. That's where we bring a headline in. We talk about it to get one of those two options. So with that being said, our thumbs up or dumb as fuck headline reads: Colombian police catch a man smuggling packets of cocaine under toupee. I say A for effort.
I actually already saw this.
You saw that?
Yeah. But go on.
So we go to Bogota, California.
It's not Bogota.
What is that?
That's Bogota.
Where's
Bogota?
I don't see an H. Bogota.
Okay. Say it the way you want. We'll see what the internet does with it.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to help you out.
Bugatti, Colombia. Bugatti.
Bagooty.
Yeah.
Let's make it up, man. Who cares?
You know, it looks like Bogota.
Yeah. It does look like Bogota. Yeah, that's how, yeah. Colombian police apprehend a 40-year-old man.
It's Bogota, just so you know.
Bogota.
I'm 100% certain.
Okay. All right.
But you could say Bogota.
Okay. I appreciate it.
Yeah, say it.
Bogota.
All right.
Buy one, get one.
Buy one, get one TNA.
Yeah, right. Colombian police apprehended a 40-year-old man attempting to smuggle several bags of cocaine concealed beneath a meticulously attached toupee. Police said the suspect was detained. What's that one? Cartagenas?
Cartagena.
Where's the H?
That's what the fuck it is, man. I'm just telling you.
I know this dude. I've met this guy. That's
who?
Cartagena.
Okay.
It's a name. Airport on Monday as he prepared to board a flight to Amsterdam.
What's his first name?
Huh?
What was his first name? Tyrone?
Kyle.
Yep.
Kyle. Yep. But yeah, they called him. And so he was going from Colombia to Amsterdam and allegedly there to party. Let's check this clip out. Bruh. A little off the top.
This guy's just sitting there knowing he's totally fucked.
Yeah. It's like the head hold of shame.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bro.
At this point, he knows he fucked up.
That's right. Dude, 100%. How do you get caught with that?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Because that dude, that's actually pretty good.
You know, he went to the barber and it's like, hey, leave the sides, shave the top.
That's probably how he got busted.
They x-rayed him.
Oh, see that? This is why we don't like technology, Devin.
That's what it is.
Sorry, we can't fucking take cocaine to Amsterdam for a good time anymore.
We need the booger sugar.
Dude.
That was good. That was A for effort, though.
He like put it in perfect little circles, too. So much effort went into this attempt, you know. You know his buddies are like, oh, he'll be here Monday.
Yeah.
Fuck. Where's Kyle at?
Party starting, man. Where's Kyle? Where's Kyle Cartagena? From Bogota.
I always love to meet the barber that had to give this haircut because the barber's like, what the fuck is happening?
Bro, it looks pretty good.
It did look good.
How do you get caught? Did it say?
The X-ray
X-ray caught him?
Yeah, the X-ray caught him.
Man, you know how in the dude, you know how like you go to the airport, they got the fucking they got where you could just walk through the metal detector or the X-ray.
Yeah.
That's how they got it still, right?
Yeah.
I ain't been in an airport in a minute. But he's probably thinking like I'm gonna go through the metal detector, and then they probably put some they like pointed in and made you through here, and he's like, "Fuck!"
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
He forgot his TSA pre-check number.
Yeah,
yeah, got him,
bro. I smuggled some weed pills into Mexico one time. I did. You didn't catch me either. I thought they were gonna, bro. We went to Mexico, and I had some edible. I don't even know if is that illegal? Is that illegal to talk about it now?
Yes,
is it?
Yeah,
well. I allegedly went to Mexico one time. I didn't do it, but if I did it, this is how I would have done it.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So if I would have done this, I had some edibles in my bag, and I forgot that because it's legal here, and I forgot that it's not legal there.
Where it came from? Yeah, right.
So I get off the plane, and right as I get off the plane, bro, there's dogs and shit, and I'm like,
fuck.
Oh, and I totally forgot that it was because everywhere I go, I take my weed pills, and I totally forgot, and I got real nervous, dude. Like you know how when you get that inside nervous and
your asshole got tight.
Yes, but you can't but you're shaking, but you don't know if anybody notices.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck, dude.
Your hands are
I'm going to fucking Mexican jail. so dude, in Mexico, you guys who have been to Mexico, most of the places in Mexico, they got the customs is different.
Yeah.
You go in and you touch the button, and it either gives you a red light, and then they search your bag, or a green light, and they let you go. So, I'm waiting in line, and I'm like, fuck. I'm sweating a little bit, and dude, I'm not even telling, I'm not even saying nothing. I go up there, I hit the light, turns green.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Weed.
Time to party.
So dude, I had a whole container, which dude, I was there for a week. You don't eat a whole container in a week. But I didn't want to bring them back, so I ate a whole container in a week. But yeah, that's you guys didn't catch me.
Alleged story there.
In my story. It's a fictional.
It's just a little lumpy. Whoever put it on him.
Yeah.
I say A for effort, bro.
I mean, it's definitely creative. I've never heard of that before.
No. I mean,
when you were saying toupee, I was like, what the fuck is a toupee?
Yeah.
I got to be honest.
Oh, you did?
I didn't know what
fake hair, man.
Yeah.
Toupee was. Yeah.
Bro, do you ever notice that do you Joe, you're about my age. Remember when we were kids or in school, and there was all the teachers, and they were bald around the crown of their head, but they had hair over here?
Mm-hmm.
How come we don't see nobody with that haircut anymore? I know, but you never see that anymore. What happened to that?
Turkey.
People start going to Turkey.
People start going to Turkey.
Bro, half my teachers growing up, they had bald head and hair around the outside.
That was
everybody does like DJ does, and they just shave it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's a good look.
You didn't think it was a good look. I had to fucking tell you.
I was nervous for a minute there.
You got a picture of your old look?
Nope.
Yeah, well, we're gonna find a picture of DJ's old look and put it up here and show post production. See, that's how you used to look.
Yeah.
Who convinced you to change it?
What was that guy's name?
That Andy Kinsella guy, Randy Kinsella.
Kyle. What was that name?
Kyle Cartagena.
From Pagoda.
From Pagoda.
Yeah, man, what are we giving this?
I'm giving him an A for effort.
A for effort.
I'm giving him an F.
I don't know if he got how bad he got. Let me see if it's in there. Yeah, about 10 grand, about 15 grand worth of coke.
I got 3 years.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
He's all right. I'm sure he's fine.
I mean, that ain't worth 3 years of your fucking life.
Yeah. No.
Bro, violent offenders fucking kill people, get out in 3 years.
That's real. Well, A for effort, man.
Anyway.
Better luck next time.
Yeah, don't do drugs.
I'm sure it won't be his last. Guys, Andy, Devin, that's all I got.
Yeah, Devin, throw people your website and your Instagram so they can know where to follow you.
Yeah, website, salesai.com, all one word. And then Instagram is Devin Allen Johnson, all one word as well. So
Cool.
that's
Bro.
DVIN.
Yeah, spell it out for him.
DVINALLEN Johnson, JOHNSON.
He's DJ too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Davion Johnson, Devin Johnson.
You got the 12 over there? Or
What's that?
what side you get?
Yeah, right.
Well, we white boys got the 12 around.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Yeah, you don't know nothing about that.
It's about the motion in the ocean, bro.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Devin, thanks for coming on, bro.
All right, thanks for
Appreciate
having me.
your expertise. Looking forward to learning more and more about this with you.
Next time I'll bring the robot.
Okay, cool. We'll
Yeah.
give him a chair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
Be the first podcast I ever had a AI robot on it.
Yeah, programming to be racist. I want to see how this conversation goes.
I'll bring my computer and I'll program it in between segments for you. Just give me what you want.
All right. I'm down with it. Let's do it.
All right, guys. That's the show. Don't be a hoe.
Share the show.